Yo!
What's up? What's up? Real quick, want to make sure the audio and video works. So do me a big favor and give us a thumbs up if you could hear me and hear Kira Palme. Want to make sure this is working. So if you're tuning in, let me know where you're watching this from. We are here all over my living room, and we had this amazing seminar yesterday, the Boss Lady Mastermind, the first of many, actually.
Yeah.
And hosted it with Kira Palme, the one and only. It was powerful. It was mind-blowing. We're still on that high from it. So this morning, we're just going over the seminar, going over how it all even happened. And the most interesting about it was that we had women, about 24 women in total in the living room, and they flew in from different parts of the world, and they stayed the whole day, had dinner last night. We even partied, went to a little nightclub by my house, danced it up. And the interesting thing is that 2 weeks ago, we came up with the idea of even having this seminar. So we're going to get into how it all happened and why overthinking kills you. But let me know where you're watching this from. Give us some love. Give us some hearts, please. My mom did hug me enough when I was a kid, so I get my affection from social media. Give me a hug, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Shakiba from India, Jasmine, great to hear from you. My all-star client, Michael Honeycutt, represent Florida, 305. What's going on? Give us some love, hearts, hugs, high fives, compliments. So, talking about overthinking. So, Kira, please share how overthinking limited you in the past.
Oh man, I used to always think that I needed to know more in order to serve clients. So I'd read every book, I'd attend every seminar, and I'd get every certification possible in order to try to validate the fact that I was ready to go out and serve people. So I was just remaining stuck in this cycle of needing to know more. And what I call it now is I was getting ready to get ready, because I kept thinking I needed something more in order to be ready. And so it was crazy. I wasted 2 to 3 years of my life living in this cycle where I wasn't progressing because I kept relying on some external force to give me permission to move forward. But in reality, I was setting myself up for failure because that was never showing up. When I finally felt like I knew enough to serve clients and transform their lives, then I had limiting stories like, oh, well, I don't know how to market. How do I actually attract clients and change their lives with the tools I have? And then I had stories about that as well. So I was overthinking it, trying to hack successful people's funnels so that maybe I could get success of my own. And man, it just kept me stuck, broke, depressed, and living in my mama's house for far too long.
Yikes.
Shout out to mama.
That's a great point. That's a great point. You know, I feel like 10 years ago when I started my business, every single time I was stuck, it was because of analysis paralysis. I had a problem in my business, or I had a bad month of business. You know, it was like overthinking it, creating stories about it, and just basically, lack of a better word, shitting on myself, right? Because if I'm doubting myself, if I'm overthinking it, making things way too complex, I'm not going to get anything done. So I created a 4-word mantra 10 years ago with the aid of my dear friend and coach, Pat Pilla. It's these 4 words. Don't think, just do. And I stopped overthinking and I started taking more action. And I realized very quickly that action alleviates anxiety. So now that I'm uncertain or overthinking, I do something, right? So that's the beauty of life. And that's how we are creating this epic movement called the Boss Lady Mastermind.
Speaking of, hey Dawn.
Dawn Goldstein, she was here in the house yesterday, contributed a lot to the seminar. Michael Honeycutt says, overthinking. I need to hear this. Yes, sir. Think less, do more.
Yeah, be decisive. Think about what it is you want, and you really don't need to think about it much because your heart and soul already knows what you want. So when you have that idea, just think about, okay, what's the first step I can take towards that? It might be hiring a mentor. It might be just going out and putting a post on social media and seeing if people want to attend your event. Whatever it is that you want, just take that first action step that is the biggest low-hanging fruit that'll guide you towards your result without overthinking it. Because when you overthink it, you're going to stall yourself and wait for the perfect moment, but the perfect moment doesn't exist.
Such a great point. Such a great point. Bless you for saying that.
Thank you.
I would say that your heart always knows what the next step is. And if you want to know what is the next step for me, well, very simple. The cave that you fear holds a treasure that you seek. So take some time today, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart and say, what do I need to do next with my life? Is it to film a video? Is it to make a phone call to someone that you love that you've been putting off? Is it to start working on your book? There's so many things that you intuitively know you need to do, and by doing it, it progresses you to that next level, right? I'll give you an example. A month ago, I accomplished a lifelong dream of doing stand-up comedy. So I had this goal in my goal list for about 5 years. And I kept on procrastinating it. Well, let me do it next year. So much time and effort. But I set up the night for the stand-up comedy, October 6th. And the moment I committed to it, I had to show up and be funny, right? I have no goal of being a stand-up comedian. I have no goal of even pursuing this as a profession. However, my heart told me I had to do a night of stand-up. And the moment I did it, it opened up this whole new world of opportunities, possibilities, new people came into my life. And now it's like my content, when I speak at my seminars, when I host events, it's like I'm looser. Yeah. I'm funnier, right?
It's noticeable.
Like here, like what did you notice on my last seminar and even today?
Well, the most recent seminar and today versus the ones in the past. The ones in the past, AJ was so prepared for, and he was so like on schedule, on task with everything. And he needed that to get to where he is today, but now he's more loose and he's like cracking more jokes. He lightened up, and it's so much more relatable because I think when you're in a place of like so much rigidity and wanting to get everything right, people can pick that up. But when you're more just like, woo, take it or leave it, like I'm just gonna be like this and you're either gonna love me or not, people are just attracted to that because you're having fun. And humans pick up emotions, right? We have mirror neurons. So however I feel, you're gonna feel too. If I was crying on camera right now, like, then you would get a little upset just looking at my face if I were truly crying. But when you're getting excited and having fun, then the people watching you are having fun too. They can't help it. It's like scientifically proven. And so everyone now is having a better time. I can tell at your seminars and your events. I'm sure you're like, increasing your income as well, because even on Facebook Live, you're more funny.
Engaging,
things like that.
That's a great point. And, intuitively, I knew like 6 months ago, there was a sign that I received. It was like, you have to have more feminine energy into your life. And I feel like I've been ruled by masculine energy. I'm the oldest of 4 boys. And I'm always Mr. Macho, masculine. I love all the masculine things. I was playing action figures and fire trucks and doing what dudes do. And I always had a lot of guy friends. I remember at a birthday party once and 30 of my closest guy friends came out to dinner. I'm a man's man. However, it got me to a certain point in my business, and intuitively I needed to add more feminine energy into my life. And that is by doing 2 things. Number 1 is doing more feminine activities like dancing and...
You painted your nails recently.
Yes.
No, you didn't.
My toes are actually pink right now. But writing poetry. And the second thing is being around more females. So intuitively, I knew I had to have a female seminar at my house to soak up all that estrogen. You know what I mean? It's like being around all these amazing, driven women, I feel a lot looser, and I also noticed a difference between my energy and their energy. That was like powerful insight because, you know, even though I have some more feminine energy in my life, I realize how structured I was and how on time and, you know, make sure everything runs smoothly, but they help me with a lot of different things. And I think that everyone, if they have a balance of masculine and feminine energy, it'll allow them to be more engaging, connect with more people, and change more lives, right? Because we saw it yesterday, there were a lot of women who maybe had a little bit more feminine energy, so they weren't so structured with their business, they wasn't so structured with their life and their discipline. And then you have on the other end, females with a lot of masculine energy, and they're just like, warriors, you know? But they have a hard time finding love. They have a hard time being soft, right? And this is something that I realized a lot of driven women, you know, they always say that, like, I have a hard time connecting with men. Men are intimidated by me. Or I have a hard time just being loose because to be successful as a woman, many times, you got to put on the masculine hat.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. And I would love to get your point of view because we talked about this in detail yesterday. But as a woman, yeah, because you have masculine tendencies more so than a lot of other women I know. How'd you bring the feminine into your life?
So ladies, let's address this. If you have a business, like, yes, we are in a man's world, and a lot of the heavy hitting entrepreneurs that we look up to, like the Gary Vee and the Ty Lopez and Russell Brunson and this and that, they're all men. So as a female business owner, I always felt like I needed structure and strategy and funnels and things like that, to the point that I actually started losing myself. And I started feeling this like devoid sense of life in my business, and I was wondering where something was missing. And I finally realized, like, wow, I'm not creating anymore. I'm not living in this flow where things are fun because I have all these systems and processes doing all these things.
Building creativity.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But then I was like, where do I come in? So that's literally why we created this event this week. And for me to kind of take off my masculine hat and get into a more feminine flow, to answer your question, I journal every single morning through my emotions. I like having essential oil salt baths. They're very grounding. I put some lavender in there, some Himalayan sea salt.
Wow.
Light some Himalayan sea salt candles and lamps. But, you know, it's really easy to get into a feminine flow state. You can just meditate. And I think it's really important when you think about that first step you need to take towards your biggest goal. Get into the vibration of what that goal looks like. So if you want a $10,000 a month, then think about what that looks like once you experience that $10,000 a month. What's going to change in your life? Who can you connect more and be more present with? Maybe you can take your girlfriend, boyfriend out to a special day at the spa. I don't know what that looks like for you, but you do. So close your eyes, really get involved with that vision and align your feelings to match with that visualization. Hear the sounds that are going on. Maybe someone's saying, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for this day at the spa, or whatever it is. But like, get yourself in that moment as if it's so real, and just allow yourself to be in that vibration for at least 30 seconds. Hold that and honor that, because then you'll find that the actions you take are less out of scarcity. Like, oh, I gotta do this to make 10K. Like, I'm just going to run and run and run. Like, that's scarcity minded. Like, I have to do this. You know, it's like a reaction. Rather than when you align to the vibration of that thing, which is a very feminine practice that we can all do to kind of channel creative ideas, then you hold that vibration, you feel the feelings, and that will pull you forward rather than push. Pulling someone forward is very different.
Yes. And a great thing we were talking about a lot yesterday at the female seminar was the ability to receive and to receive, right? And it's so interesting because anatomically, men are built from the physicality to give, but women are built to receive. And I feel like on a bigger scale of that, women could many times receive not just from the men, receive from life, receive that what the universe is giving them. Because women, I find, receive money. Amanda says, do you have an example of a sacred masculine or just masculine versus feminine? So if you could clarify that question, I would love that. 'Cause it sounds like a great question, but I would love to understand a little more clear what you want. Stephanie Bellinger, hey.
Hey, I love her.
Yes.
Yes, then last night we did a quick activity around the dinner table with all the women. We said, you must stand up one by one.
Yeah.
We gave genuine compliments to the woman across from us. And then we said, whenever we got a compliment, we said, thank you. I know. And so people were saying, oh, you're so beautiful, you've got a great soul, or whatever they were saying to each other. And then each woman was just looking at them and saying, thank you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And we didn't allow them to say anything else. We didn't allow them to deflect it or anything like that, because so often we deflect our magnificence. And when you keep sweeping that under the rug, then you fail to see it yourself. So women, we need to get in the practice of receiving whatever it is you want, you know, sexually too. Start there, and it translates into life. I think I was talking to someone the other day about like Tantra and how this sacred sexuality is like so related to everything. And I'm not going to go too far down that rabbit hole, but the act of receiving is such a beautiful thing, and you can do it in so many different ways to really honor the sacred woman that you are.
True that, yes. And I love to receive in a lot of ways. And I feel like that's what actually got me to become successful, the ability to receive, right? Because of course I love giving and serving, providing value. However, I'm open to receiving. So in the past, someone would give me a compliment like, AJ, you're so smart. And then I would deflect it, be like, well, I'm just having a really good day and the words came out the right way, as opposed to being like, I received that. Thank you, right? Now that's what I say. I literally say, if someone says, you're smart, you're cool, you're handsome, you're funny, thank you. I receive that. And the more that I receive it, the more I believe it. And my whole life, even like this house, right? It was something built upon me being an open vessel to receive, because I'm giving value to the world, and the world is paying me back with money. And I take that money and I fund my dreams, my lifestyle, right? So people often ask, like, how do I become a millionaire? How do I become rich and successful? And I always say, add more value, right? The more value you add to the world, the more money you make. So in a split second, you could put your phone up somewhere, hit live, and share from the heart. Add value, add value, add value. And the more value you add, you're going to receive money as a reward for the value.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Hey, Mel.
Mel Martin, he's the giving dude. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, so we should tell them how we created this retreat, because it was like, or seminar, whatever you want to call it. This boss lady event was so amazing. And how did we create this? Did we structure the whole thing out for months? And
totally winged it.
We winged it.
I did my SuperCoach seminar 3 weeks ago, and Kira was one of the speakers there. She gave a really powerful presentation. She's actually a 3-time speaker. Each time she gets better and better and better. And then we were just kind of discussing the seminar and how powerful it was, and the fact that we're in person, hugging people, connecting with them. And we were like, you know what? We have online businesses and these elaborate funnels and running Facebook ads and getting people to watch our webinars. However, it's such beauty at connecting with people. And when I moved into this house a year ago, on my bucket list, I said, I want to have a female event at the house. That's been like my biggest dream ever, but I kept on putting it off, And then spontaneously, Kira and I were talking, and I was like, yeah, how about we do a seminar in the next 2 weeks and just like put it out there, you know? November 18th is perfect because I'm traveling all of December. Then we have Thanksgiving, and Kira has a lot of stuff going on as well. So November 18th, Saturday, we'll just put out a Facebook post and see what happens. That was the name of the game.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
And here's where alignment comes in, because Kira put out this one post about this event, and that one post literally filled it out. You know, all of a sudden like 30 women were like, I'm in, you know, so all around the world, not just here in New York, but people are coming in to travel to this event. And what ended up happening was that most of the women who raised their hand actually came. We had a full house yesterday.
Yeah, because no one values free, and like we're aware of this, and we're like, okay, it's a free event. Like, how can we get them really excited and engaged so they show up? And of course, we created a great environment for them before the event inside of a mastermind, but everyone showed up, and it was so beautiful, so amazing, so transformational. I feel like all the women are best friends now. And this all just started over a conversation, and that was it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we actually made a major intention here at the seminar that we're going to do an international female boss lady seminar tour.
Yes!
Meaning that we're going to go from city to city to city and get groups of women and serve them and help them one-day events. So if you want to come to our next seminar, send me an email, send here an email, and we'll tell you the next dates. We actually created a Facebook group that's going to be hosting our events, and we're going to do it more and more often. I mean, yesterday could not have went any better.
It was amazing.
Everything just flowed, fell into place. You know, the women, they bonded, they connected. Everyone was super cool. And it was such a great environment. You know, we went out last night for dinner and dancing, took them to this nice nightclub. It was overall one of the best Saturdays ever. And usually after you speak all day long, you're tired, you're sore.
I was exhausted. But as soon as we got to dinner in the nightclub, I was like, hey.
Letting that feminine energy out. So we're hoping to come to a city near you. We're going to take this tour international. Like get a tour bus and some groupies.
Yeah, we need groupies, guys. Well, we're accepting applications.
Backup dancers and the whole 9 yards.
Hey, what's up, Dragon?
Dragon, my man. So, yeah, I'm super excited because, you know, we're always going to seminars, always learning. And when we learn, we implement, put it in place. So if you want to come to our next seminar, send me a message. Keep it nice and simple, or leave a comment, you know. Essentially, we want to just do this on an international level. Right now, we're just doing females only, but perhaps we might do a dude seminar. Yes. Call it the sausage seminar.
But the moral of the story, folks, is when you have an inspired idea and when your spirit is just filled with joy and you're like, man, that I could do that thing, that would be amazing, then just take action. Just take that first step towards your vision. Have a conversation, whatever step it is that you need to take it and continue to stay in that vibration of not overthinking things or making them challenging. Just move forward, because entrepreneurship is jumping off a cliff and building wings on the way down.
Wow.
Is that the phrase?
That is beautiful. Yes, that's it.
But that's how it goes, and you will be rewarded for the actions that you take, especially when they're aligned with your higher self, because that's when magic happens.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful, Kira. So simple as that. Overthinking is what kills you. So use my forward mantra. Don't think, just do. And the cave that you fear holds the treasure that you seek. Right now, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart and say, heart, what do I need to do next? And within seconds, it will tell you exactly what you need to do, and set a date to commit to that goal, whatever that is. Whether it's going live, whether it's basically doing an event, whether it's asking someone out, whether it's rekindling a broken relationship. I mean, there's so much things that your heart tells you need to do. And when you do those things, you create this amazing clarity and alignment and synchronicity. You know, I feel like a big part of my life, things are happening very effortlessly, you know, attracting money and amazing people. And like I do an event and, you know, everything goes smoothly and everything's just like flowing. But I created a lot of clarity and openness in my life by making sure I don't have any blocks, you know, because I used to have financial blocks where I couldn't make any money, relationship blocks where I was home lonely on a Saturday night by myself, squeezing a teddy bear saying my life sucks, right? Blocks with my fitness where I couldn't lose any weight. I was stuck. But I realized that typically when you have a block, it's something internally that is holding you back, right?
Always.
So real quick before we end, someone wants to get rid of a block other than facing a fear. and listening to their intuition, how else could they get rid of that block?
Meditate through it. I can't say much other than that. Just ask the universe, like, if I could create any sort of life that I choose, what would I choose right now? Because we're all at choice for our lives. AJ chose to live in this big house. That was a choice. So he had to choose how he was going to behave in order to get this house. He had to take certain sorts of action plans. Same with me. I used to choose to be a victim, even though it was subconsciously, but the day I realized I had a choice to shift my mindset and take control of my life, I consistently chose to. And whenever I had a shitty limiting belief show up, which I still do, by the way, I would hear it out, but I wouldn't live there. I would say, okay, that's cute. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. I appreciate you, ego, but I'm going to take the back seat now. And I just take back control. So meditate, ask what life you would like to create. It's your choice. And then just say, what could I do to create that sort of life? What could I do? Open up the possibilities. Ask yourself questions. But most importantly, align with the vibrations of that which you wish to receive. Because when you do that, when you increase your vibrations, then you will attract high vibrational opportunities to you. And that'll start to clear things up.
Yeah. Beautiful.
What do you think?
I love that. You know, it's like, there was this one year that I doubled my income, and people were asking me, like, how the hell did you double your income? How'd you have all these opportunities, all these amazing things? And I looked thinking about it, and I said, the one thing I did was just increase my vibrations, you know? Appreciate all the hearts and the likes. It's just like, my ego is very happy. But I try to be in a very high vibrational state, whether or not you believe that you vibrate. At the end of the day, it's looking at your emotions on a scale, you know, 1 to 10, 8, 9, 10 is happy, enthusiastic, passionate, and present and loving. 1 or 2 is depressed, angry, complaining, full of fear. So I said, if I operate at a higher vibrational state, 8, 9, 10, then from there, I will attract more amazing people into my life. My business will grow because people want to be around a happy, positive, present person. And at the same time, I'll have the energy to take action on my goals. Because if I'm in a happy, positive state, I'll organize a seminar and I'll say yes to it. I'll get on a sales call and I'll close it. I'll do things that I wouldn't do if I was at a 1 or 2, right? If I was depressed or scared, I wouldn't do shit. I would just be sitting on my couch, smoking weed all day, hating my life. But I want to increase my vibrations, and by doing that, opportunities come to me easily. Money just goes into my bank account, right? I'm able to help more people because I'm more loving, right? Just the energy. And talk about dating, right? People want to be around you, right? If you're lonely, most of the time, it's like that level of like, well, this person's depressed or they're negative or they're just toxic, right? But you want to level up, like my man Ryan Weber says, level up with your energy, your vibrations, and your life will change very quickly. Like I'm a scientific guy. I have a master's in psychology, and you know, obviously some of the law of attraction stuff I don't believe in. You can't just meditate and get a Ferrari. No. However, if you stay at a higher emotional state and you do the work, woo! Crazy shit happens.
Totally. And some mornings you might wake up at a 1 or a 2 and you might feel totally depressed. It happens to me. Some mornings I'm like, fuck it, I don't feel like doing anything. But you can shift your vibrations. Again, think about the Ferrari if that's what you want. And then just say, what could I do in order to be sitting right there behind the wheel? What could I do to create that reality? And just imagine how good it would feel to have that reality and then just operate out of that place. The creative flow opens up so many possibilities where you're not limited to structure and certain sequences and things of that nature. Listen, we need structure and systems in our businesses or else we'd be trading hours for dollars.
Yeah.
However, the creative flow is so important as well, and you're always at choice. You're always choosing how you wish to feel in this moment. And if you feel depressed right now or angry or irritated as you watch this video, just say, well, how would I like to feel? And then start choosing that. If you want to feel loving, just focus on all the most loving moments in your life. Or like sometimes I will watch people laugh on YouTube.
Yeah.
I will look up people hysterically laughing on YouTube just so I can watch people crack up when I'm in a bad mood, because then I'm like, and all of a sudden I'm happy again just because I watch people laughing for like 3 minutes. It's a choice.
Yeah. And since we're on the subject, I thought about like having triggers in your house that boost your mood, that remind you who you are. And I'm going to show you a little trigger of mine. It's a little lion that I got in my living room. Actually, here you go. So that right there is what I look at every day. I have a balcony up there. I come across it. I do my morning routine and I stare at that lion to remind me, who do I have to be on a daily basis? So I have to be courageous, brave, a leader. And a lion signifies a lot for me. I actually have lions all around my house, and I get a lot of lion art because that increases my vibrations. So, all right. Any final words?
What do you think of yoga laughter? It sounds fun. I mean,
yeah.
I saw like goat yoga over in like California or something. Have you seen that? There's like goats running around in the yoga studio. That looks fun. Like it makes you laugh. Do it. Like literally, like research has shown that the more you laugh, the longer you can live, or the more likely it is that you'll overcome a life-threatening illness. So a lot of hospitals will put funny things in people's rooms so that they can laugh.
Yeah.
So anything that makes you feel good, anything, just do it.
That's why I do stand-up comedy. And Kira, I'm going to get her to do stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
so.
I got some jokes.
Yes.
I put them all down in a notepad, so I'm ready.
Why do we do stand-up? Because by being funnier, we look at the world in a comedic way, and we laugh even more, right? Like, man, we laugh so much. We have all these jokes, and we think about situations, and it's like we don't take life seriously, you know? Yeah. In fact, we're going to go to the gym and work out legs, and I'll guarantee you there's going to be a lot of laughs while training legs. And that's the thing. Yeah. You know, my friends that I'm very close with, we just laugh all the time. And think about that. Like, I'm sure that you have a best friend that you just laugh with. You find the funniest shit, right? And sometimes it's like illegal how funny it is, and you guys need your own TV show and spread it out the world. So the whole thing is like, you could be like that all the time. And I realize that, like, you know, when I'm with my close friends, I laugh all the time. I'm having fun. I don't take life seriously. And then with other people in the past, with my clients, or when I'd be on video, I'd be like so strict and structured. No fun here, all business. But now it's like everything's funny, you know? Yeah. Life is about infotainment, right? Giving people information while being entertainment. And what's funny about this? That's a great question to ask yourself. In every situation, what's funny about this? Don't do it at a funeral, though. That might be a little disrespectful. You know, you start laughing and you're at a funeral, no bueno. But actually, maybe you can, you know? Yeah. Be like, you know, well, what's good about this? Yeah, what's good about this? At least I'm not dead, you know?
Yeah. I always do that whenever I'm like building a webinar or some sort of structure thing in my business that's kind of making me bored. I'm like, how can I make this fun and exciting?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, same thing here. Wake up in the morning. How can I make this fun and exciting? Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do some...
For legs.
Yes,
I need to change my mentality. I'm thinking about the heavy squats.
Yes.
I'm like, ugh, so how can I make this fun and exciting?
I'm taking Kira to my favorite gym. It is the Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym, the mecca of East Coast bodybuilding. So it's an amazing gym. It's pretty hardcore. There's a lot of great equipment. And I'm going to put her through a brutal leg workout. And that's what we're going to do because we want to have nice sore legs for Thanksgiving because then we could eat without guilt. Yeah. My favorite holiday, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Turkey Day.
Me too. So good.
Yeah. Cool. So love you and appreciate you. We're going to go train legs. What would you like to add, Kira Palme?
Keep being you. You're amazing. You've got lots of gifts to offer the world. So take inspired action. And we love you. We love you. And we would love to have you at our next seminar. We're doing an international seminar. If you just heard right now, send me a message, send Kira a message. We'll give you the dates, the times, the locations, and we would love to have you. So, yes, my man Michael, thank you for being on this entire time. Yeah, he's my all-star student. He's killing the game. He's got so much potential. I'm super proud of him. And thank you for being on. Thank you. Peace and love.